I uh, God, my my fucking life.
This is it.
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the. We need that play. We need that music. How do I play that
Yeah,
music?
I need to make that as part of like one of the sound bites so we can just play it.
How do I do that? I don't even know how to do it.
I don't know if I've ever added a sound bite before. Give me a minute to try and figure it out.
Oh, you can add a soundbite into
Yeah.
Discord. All right. Well, this is the podcast. How to add a sound. How to add sound Discord soundboard. Open Discord. Go to server settings. Upload sound. You can access the soundboard. Add sound files. It's all coming together. You are in the server settings, right, Pat?
All right. How about now?
I am in the server settings, yes. No, you sound exactly the same.
It's different. It's a different flavor of
Yeah, of
not
bad.
Well, that's so strange. As like I'm now in my earbuds, which I use for like my actual sessions and shit. So like I don't know.
It sounds like your whatever microphone it's like defaulting to is not the one that you want it to be.
Pat, you in the upload sound thing? 'Cause I found it.
Yeah, no, you can do it if you're there.
All right, let me do it. I gotta download the sound from way up top.
It's a good one.
It is good. Oh, fuck.
All right. What about now?
That's the wrong mic. That's on your computer somewhere across the room, I think. Open file. No, open location. I want to open location. I'm trying to open the location of that download. Okay, now server. I'm doing it. It's happening.
I wonder if it's like the Discord shit.
Upload sound. Choose file.
That sounded good.
Better?
Yeah, that sounds way better.
Yeah, I turned off voice processing. I turned off noise suppression. Whatever the fuck, all these other settings in Discord, I just turned them all off.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
man.
sounds way better.
Sound files are wrong format, Pat. We'll have to workshop that.
What format does it need to be?
Oh, it doesn't tell me, dude.
Wave.
It
Give me a
just
sec.
says it doesn't tell me. Hold on, I got an idea. We're gonna bootleg this.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna bootleg this baby in our official podcast chat room.
Oh wait, is there one now?
Which one did we
Wait.
want? The iconic one?
Yeah, the iconic.
All right, give me a sec. I'm gonna upload the wave.
Are you gonna up? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm really quite excited with this. How do you guys make AI music?
I don't know. I don't know
I,
how he
I
did that.
googled free AI music and then I put in the lyrics podcast. This is a podcast. Just let me have this podcast.
You didn't like make an account anywhere?
I don't think so.
Huh?
Yeah, in between, I guess the conversations, I guess people are doing stuff. Steven brought me on to like that link he sent me to. I guess to be fair, he's been doing it with Dougie for I think he said almost 2 years, like 70 something episodes. He's got a full fucking sound. Like, see, this is his hobby. So I was like very impressed that he went
Yeah.
like
All right.
I can get now why he was so enthused because it's like his thing. And so I was like, wow, man, you know a lot.
The thing is, like, he comes over like every 2 weeks. I just want him to come over here and do it. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I just want him to do it.
Yeah, I know. And he can do it. And then we talked about that. I was like, buddy, you have all that equipment in your house. Like, it's gonna have to happen there. You can't. He's like, yeah, I got like a fucking $1,000 here. I'm like, well, hope you. I was like, what file format do you want? I was like, because that's not happening. And he said wave. He said wave.
Okay.
How'd
So
we do?
I uploaded it. I put a file name. I put a related emoji, and I'm not getting. I think it's too big. I think it's too long, man. It's just like 35 seconds long.
Damn.
That's tough.
Uh,
Pat, Chris already uploaded some. Did you guys hear that?
No.
No. All right, Chris uploaded some sounds to our soundboard. I don't love them. It's just him making zombie noises. All right, well, I'm gonna do it the bootleg version, and then once we do the bootleg version, I'm just gonna kick this into high gear. All right, guys. So you guys ready? You
I
got your hair done?
I appreciate that. My hair is ready. Apparently, I'm off of. Am my audio good? Do I have to tinker, or do I sound at least halfway decent?
that sounds way better.
Where's
All
Mustang?
right.
Oh, not getting
He
involved.
is dealing with my niece,
He's
who
not coming
is.
back. Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, he might. It's funny. His FOMO versus my niece. I 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's by himself, then probably not. But you never know with him. He could be a wild card.
Podcast. This is a podcast. Just let me have this podcast.
It's wonderful.
Podcast. This is a podcast. Just let me have this podcast.
All right. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Let me go off push to talk. You guys fill the space for a second.
Yeah, we're filling the space with audio from that beautiful, beautiful introduction brought to you by freaking Hyundai 112. If you need a vehicle with 9,000 miles that costs $30,000, Hyundai 112.
All right, thank you for that. Hyundai 112 spot. I had to do a push to talk that entire time, and in so doing, I had like my tilde as my push talk button, so it was just like racking through 1,000 tildes in the chat room. So I was like really hoping I wasn't gonna like blow up my fucking whatever the fuck that will blow up. So this is tentatively called "Let Me Just Have This," but I think one of our topics for tonight is going to be the actual idea of what the name is going to be. But I'm going to start with the opening. So, hey, everybody, this is Let Me Just Have This with Jesse, Pat, not Chris, Elliot, and last but not least, our resident expert with everything, Andy. Group of 40-year-old dudes, been friends for more or less 30 years. And this is our podcast about figuring out what our podcast should be about. So I figured to start us off on this journey, we can talk about what our podcast name should be. Hopefully, we spend a few minutes sort of nailing this thing down. I think we have a bunch of names in the doc, but I'll put them in the chat room just so you guys can see them again. But I'm going to ask everyone to sort of go through those. Give us your best, or if you don't think any of these make sense, then let's sort of talk it out. Like we need to figure out a name. We need to get the people.
All right.
They're in the chat room there. In podcast chat room, not we'll make a new chat room just for general bullshitting.
So rooftop raw dogging is off the table.
Nothing's off the table, but oh man, yeah, we should not do another part of. We shouldn't do a part 2 of that conversation. I don't think I don't want to have to edit that out.
Stick to our list here.
Yeah. All right, so unsolicited opinions, unqualified opinions. I think both of these kind of make sense if we're going to be giving a lot of both.
I do like both of those. Was there a reason unsolicited opinions wasn't going to work?
I think somebody had the title already.
We can't do that.
I think that's right. And Elliot had like unsolicited minors, but what was it, like minors?
Yeah, well, I didn't think that through. When I presented it.
That should have been your first thought.
Shouldn't have been. It should, considering my line of work. No, that was a pretty poor choice of. Pretty poor choice.
Is solicitation like actually like is that the right word for it? Like you're soliciting?
Soliciting minors?
No, like if I'm like a prostitute or I'm a sex worker. So I don't want to be wrong.
That like insinuates that it's agreed upon between all parties. It's like, hey, we're soliciting. There's money involved. You give
Right.
me money, I give you pleasure. So I'm
Right.
assuming with minors, probably not.
Yeah, since they can't give consent by nature. However,
Okay.
if they're in the mines, if they're actually doing ore, bringing it
Like
from the
like
earth,
like pickaxe miners, not backpack
yeah, I
miners.
mean, I feel like that might be a loophole in certain countries.
So when you
I'm
thought
not
of that,
entirely sure.
did your mind go to minor, like the mining of ore, or
It
to
did.
like, I'm not. It couldn't have been children.
Eh,
Could it have been children?
no. Perish the thought. No, it absolutely could not have been children.
Okay.
It definitely was. It definitely was. Like putting the hard hat on and getting down, finding gold and silver.
Oh,
However,
we're like gonna find gems of knowledge.
yeah, and then it just came out inappropriate as it usually does. Great
Yeah.
idea, terrible execution,
This has been a
bordering
good, this has been a good first topic.
bordering a felony.
Let's just kick it off with old Pizzagate.
Yeah.
All right. I think those are taken. So
Underrated
like
comment.
when this does become, like a media conglomerate, like which it inevitably will do.
Mhm.
So we don't want to have to deal with like, copyright infringement and people thinking we took their name and stuff like that. So Chris was telling us like these things are taken. So we should probably just move off of both unsolicited and unqualified opinions.
Unqualified is taken too. Unqualified opinions.
I didn't do the fact checking.
Okay, let's do some research while we're here.
All right.
I'm gonna look that
Unqualified.
up.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
like.
I believe it was taken by somebody, and I don't remember who it was, but
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was
unqualified
taken.
opinions was Masari, the Bitcoin
One
research.
that you knew.
Yeah, Ryan Masari. Not a fan.
That's a name of a podcast he has?
Yeah, well, because like it's like it has to do with like financial advice. So like,
Okay.
um, obviously Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, financial
Yeah.
products, and they're a research and like advisory like company.
Mm.
So I guess they're making a play on saying like this is
Not financial advice sort
it's
of
not
thing.
financial advice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
I think that's a dead end.
That's sad. I like that one.
I mean,
I mean,
we can-
just let me have this like when you did the intro. Just let me have this was pretty smooth. Just saying.
well, let me just like rip through them all, and then we'll sort of go through them. So like, nobody wants to hear it. Just let me have this. What should we talk about?
Well, I mean, I think the thing here is like we don't even know what this podcast is, right? Isn't that the whole point of this? Is to try and figure out what the podcast is gonna be about?
I guess.
So we
Yeah.
can't really have a working title if we have no idea what we're doing.
What about just working title?
I mean,
Ooh.
like just
Ooh.
let me have this one.
Yeah, like I mean, that was gonna be my response to you. Just let him have that. Just let him have this.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. All right. We'll just stick with just let me have this then.
Yeah, until it doesn't work anymore.
I
And
didn't
then,
think of it as like a we don't know what it is. I thought of it like as a plea, like someone's like, please just let me have this. Like that's.
That's all I got in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
It might
I
be
think
the only thing I
think
have in my
that's
life
fair.
that brings me joy at this
is
point.
that a good segue into Jesse's topic?
Oh, unlife me, please.
Yeah, this is all I have. Unlife me, please.
Yeah, I don't know why I had a lot of dark humor in thinking about this. A lot of suicide thoughts. Not suicidal thoughts, but like a lot of I don't know why I went that way. Just
Yeah,
sort of
just there are mandated reporters here on the
yeah,
podcast, so
I guess that's
you know
true.
there are
But I don't know.
members.
Well, no, it's not because I had suicidal thoughts. It's because I was like coming from the point of view of like a 40-year-old dude starting a podcast. It's like this is all I've got. Please kill me. Like it's just sort of like follows the train of thought. Maybe my train of thought, but
It's like
I'm
Clerks, but in I guess a podcast sort of way.
yeah. I guess that's right. I mean, I don't want to die. Sometimes
No.
when I'm doing the dishes for the 15th
Flamer.
time that day, I do want to die. But
Yeah,
that's
it's
sort of
not really. It's like metaphorically.
yeah, like a metaphor.
I don't
Like
think you need to explain yourself.
instead of doing the dishes that make me want to die, like maybe I should just start a podcast. And like here we are.
It's just that easy.
And
Yeah,
it seems to be.
yeah. Now we need art. We gotta get some art.
I feel like this is just, and I get this all the time. And Jesse, I'll text Jesse randomly. I'm like, should I start a business? And this is just it. Like, it's like, oh, let's do a podcast instead.
Let's do no stakes, no gain, no pain. We'll just talk.
Yeah.
Well,
No
I mean,
overhead.
I guess like what this didn't prompt me, but I've always like thought about doing just a conversation. But like, I read this long ass New York Times article about how all these guys our age are very sad because the phrase is like, does your like the famous phrase is like your husband doesn't have friends, he has your friends as husbands, like that's all he like socializes with.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
that's
like
solid.
apparently that's true for like most dudes like our age. Like they just like don't have friends or
I could
like
I could I could see that 100%.
Well, I mean, we've all probably experienced it, right? Like, how often does your wife have? We're having this person over, well, her best friends, and then she's got a husband. You've never interacted with them until the past few years, and you have to pretend to be buddies.
I know
I'm
it's so
sure,
bad.
obviously, you're cordial, but like, I just tell my wife at this point, I'm just like, I don't really want to do that.
I
I'm
think
like,
that's kind of where my brother's at right now. Now that I'm thinking about this, like he doesn't like the only friend that he really had that was like his own friend was Teddy, who's a fucking psychopath. And they don't really
We should
talk anymore. And
watch.
like now, every single person that he like has to talk to is like friends that he made through his marriage, and like now his marriage is ending.
I don't know
So
that.
yeah, they're in the shit right now.
Oh, it sucks. Is it actually ending or is it just rocky?
Yeah, no, it's been rocky for 2 years. It's actually ending now.
I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks.
Yeah, definitely sucks. Like he's going through it, but like he was talking just before. He's like, I think I might go golfing with Jimmy tomorrow, and it was like that's. It's just so weird because like that's one of like his wife's friends. That's the only reason he knows who that is because that's somebody
Yeah.
that his wife introduced him to. So
And
it's
so he doesn't have any like buddies.
no. I mean, when you really think about it, not really. I mean, he had like Teddy was like his only like real close friend that he had since like high school, and like they don't even talk anymore.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and you know what? You're 100% right. It's unfortunate, and like that is one of the things I have noticed. Um, like when you have like especially like our age, and you talk to people like and men in relationships, married or otherwise, and you're like, hey, who do you hang out with? And a lot of it is, well, whoever my wife's hanging out with, or my wife's friends, or they're like, say they meet their partner's friend's boyfriend, and they're like, man, I love this guy. And then they break up, and you're like, fuck. I
Yeah,
was like, I
like
really
let's
like
just leave
that
it.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we unique in just like keeping up contact? Like for
I,
so
I
like
think so, man.
we've had no reason. I don't want to say we had no reason to, but like obviously people like had similar high school and middle school experiences to us. But like
Well,
we
do
just
you
like
guys
kept
know
talking.
people who don't do this?
Yeah, 100%. We are
Okay.
uncommon. We're
Ryan?
not rare. We're definitely not rare. Like
Yeah.
people do it, but we are definitely. And also, I would argue because of so many of us. Like it's very rare. Like the more people you add to the list, it becomes more rare as time goes on. So the fact that there's nearly half a dozen, it does say something. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Uh,
Okay.
it's like we it takes effort, like, and if it wasn't for like platforms like this and Discord and like us all enjoying similar stuff like games, it's like we wouldn't, there's no way we would be all like still as in touch as we are. Like maybe every once in a while we'd like throw a text out or something, but the reason that we're still like here and close is like we can go like a month and a half without saying anything, and then just a new game comes out, and then bam, we're all back.
Something
Yeah.
foundational that kind of keeps us all
Yeah.
in the loop with each
Yeah.
other.
Plus our like
Mm.
latent homosexuality.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I
Blowjobs.
mean, I guess that makes. I'm not so terribly surprised by that. When I do talk to like colleagues and stuff like that from work and stuff, like, and I will mention like, oh yeah, I'm still friends with like 5 or 6 dudes from high school, and like we, it's always like, I feel like people go into their jobs and they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna get a new group of friends now. Like this is going to be my friends.
I think a lot of people lose high school friends, but keep college friends. And me and you
Mm.
didn't. Well, you did college. I didn't do
Yeah, but not
college.
really. I didn't do college for real.
Yeah.
I did 2 colleges, and I speak to maybe 1 or 2 friends from college. My home friends are by far my closer friends.
Yeah, I feel like that's out of the ordinary. Most people like lose touch with high school people. That's why they have the reunions and shit. Most people don't still hang out when
Yeah.
they met people in high school.
Yeah.
I think I heard something or read something recently that like dudes specifically stay close to their college friends and chicks stay close to their like high school friends, and we're like the fucking opposite because we're gay.
Damn it.
Hot take.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to go back to like I'm spending time with my wife's friend husband because it's just the worst thing in the world. I
So
just
forced.
That's how I
hate
felt.
it so much.
It's so
And like,
forced, right? Does it feel so forced?
Yeah,
well,
that's exactly how I felt. I'm like, I have friends. I don't need these people. I don't even like these people. Who the fuck is this guy?
I'll tell you what, like, obviously Nina and Alicia are like not on the greatest terms right now, but like, and I started off like relatively cold with Lou for the longest time. Like we just like sort of didn't like hang, like we just didn't like work. Like I don't know, it was just like it was that same like vibe. It was like, well, this dude is my girlfriend's friend's guy, and now I gotta be. But like
Mm.
maybe like a year ago, I was like, we're actually becoming sort of friends. We would like text each other and stuff like that, and I would ask him about guitar stuff, and we talk about games. He played Valheim with us for a while, and
Oh, yeah, I
like we were
remember that.
just about to like cross the threshold of like being good friends when Alicia and Nina like broke up, and it was like, man, like I guess we can't be friends anymore, dude. It was like,
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. That's exactly it's brutal, man. It's absolutely brutal.
I've like toyed around like inviting him to like a show or something like that, or doing something, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to. I'd rather like.
Weren't you
that's
guys
tough.
supposed to go to a show?
Weren't we supposed to go to a show? No, I don't think so.
I thought you guys had something planned and they were going to be there.
Oh, we're going to a Wolfpack concert in September, and
Okay.
hopefully Alicia does not listen to this because Nina and Lou will also be there, and I'm gonna be on like SEAL Team 6
Yeah.
lookout, like
Nina
making.
duty.
Yeah, I'm
Head,
like
head on a swivel.
putting my nods on. Like,
See, that sucks because that makes it hard for you to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, that blows.
I mean, it's in Madison Square Garden. Like, I doubt we'll run into
Yeah.
each other, but like, I don't know. I'll be fine. And if they do, then we'll just like awkwardly walk past them, and we'll just
Yeah.
talk shit about the other one all night. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
What's the band you're saying?
Wolfpack, which is my obsession these last few months.
I don't think I've heard of it.
Pat
Yeah, I
made
don't
he
blame
got
you.
Pat made me play bass. He like held a gun to my head and said, "You have to play bass." And
Huh.
one of the things with
That's
that is
true
that
story.
once you play bass, you get into funk because most of the good bass lines that you're trying to learn are like
Okay.
funky bass lines. So like instead of like becoming like a right wing like Andrew Tate lunatic on YouTube, I have like a deep funk bass guitar YouTube algorithm, just always feeding me funk music.
You're missing out on some fire content, bro.
From
So
Tate
like
or from something else?
From Tate, man, you're missing out. This is why you're friends with your wife's, friends. This is you're listening to the Raw podcast.
I'm like defiantly not friends with my friend's wife. I don't even like what's the name of this is like a German word for this guy's name, but like um we had a neighbor who was like right across at our old place in Baldwin. We had our neighbor, and they were a couple our exact age, and they had like a baby roughly our age. And this guy Ben was like pretty all right, but I was like, I'm not gonna be friends with this dude just because you like his wife. Like, fuck this guy. Like, fuck him. Like, like I'm not. And she's like, and that they moved away to like upstate, and she's like, can we just like go upstate and visit them? I was like, I wouldn't
What?
go upstate to visit the Pope. Like, I'm not gonna go visit this dude
Yeah,
upstate. Yeah. Anyway,
yeah. I don't think you would come visit me upstate, and like I wouldn't blame you. I'd be like, don't come. This is that's too much of a drive. Stay home,
I'd
bro.
come visit you upstate. You came to Long Beach for me, which everyone always complained about. Did you ever actually come to Long Beach, Pat?
Yeah, I did a few times actually.
I remember you always complained about Baldwin. Every time you went to Baldwin, you're like, Jesus Christ, you're
Yeah,
so far away.
that was a drive. I mean, Long Beach was also a drive, but we made it out there a few times. We were out there for a Halloween party, the one where
Yeah, I
Will
got
kept
those
fucking
photos.
shouting at
Yeah.
Teddy's fucking penguin. You fucking invited this fucking
Oh,
penguin.
man. Do I have those receipts? Yep, I have all those photos of that party.
And Nick Adler was wearing a radio necklace.
Yeah, we did that. We did. We went to the beach for a summer one. Maybe it was like 4th of July or something. I don't remember if there's fireworks. It was definitely summery vibes, but we were out there for one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made
All
it out to Long Beach a few times.
right. Well, I'm gonna switch topics on us and get us onto some segments. We got some segments, guys. And
All
now
right.
that now that we've sailed like solved male friendship.
Yeah, I mean, these are staples
Totally
of our
fixed it.
podcast.
Yeah,
Oh
100%.
man. Well, like this is the thing actually we should talk about, like the segments we want. Like we talked about it on Discord a little bit, like via text, but like we
Mhm.
gotta sort of nail these things down. And Chris
No,
isn't
these
here.
are already ironclad segments. We have
These are
them already.
these are
These have been here for years.
I mean,
alright, so
I do like the band talk. I feel like as someone who is like an attendee, getting like the deep dive on what it's like, it is very interesting. Like it's just to see the dynamic of like what it's like to be 40 in
it's
a
like the worst
band.
version of Behind the Music.
Yeah, it's not great.
Sure, but hey, listen, it's still interesting.
I
Well,
think it's a lot more in our heads because we're very like aware of what's wrong and when somebody else fucks up. Like people that are watching don't really know, or like they might catch something if they're like musicians themselves. But like the shit that we deal with is like we practiced this song 2 days ago. How did you fuck it up this bad, dude? Like it's brutal.
yeah, that is true. All right, the segments though. Well, the first, I feel like we should always lead off with like games I played this week, like because we play games, and even though some of us only play one game,
Yeah, just one.
myself included, like I only play retail WoW basically. So I can't talk shit about other people in
This
this.
is a good way to get into other games, I think.
Maybe I guess.
I mean,
Yeah,
like
sure.
I get it. It's so hard. It's because we're all so old. We're like,
Yeah, we're old as fuck.
creatures
And
of
we work.
habit.
We have children.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I'm on a limited. I mean, I play a lot of different games per week, but I'm on borrowed time. I think according to the lovely gift that we received, I have like 19.5 weeks until that goes away. But I
I mean,
play
like one
Steam,
kid,
man. Steam
parents
is
like.
awesome for that. Like, when you don't have time, like, I was playing that, fishing game and stuff like that. I just one streamer I watch and find a thing I mean, granted, I don't pay for it, but I'll steal it and then I'll play it and like enjoy it for 10, 15 hours after work.
Bro,
And
I've
I'm like,
watched
man,
you play just the poker on Red Dead Redemption 2 for fucking 7 hours.
You watched Elliot do that?
Yeah, he's just like,
it,
yeah,
it
this
was a
is what
lot
I'm
of
learning
fun.
I'm learning how to play poker, so I'm just gonna sit here and play fucking
I
Red
mean,
Dead Redemption 2 poker.
To be fair, Pat, it was a very like at the time we were doing the app, and it was really educational because I didn't know, and like they did a good job with it. So I was like, fuck yeah. I already paid the damn $50. Why not?
Were you on like Twitch? Like, what was the medium of this?
We were just I think it was I don't know if it was Discord or
I think there were sometimes you were streaming it, but a lot of times, yeah, you were just on Discord.
yeah, yeah. And it was again finding another excuse to like just hang, and also we were playing cards. How I totally forgot
Last
that
year,
time period happened.
this is COVID.
This is COVID times. Yeah, yeah. We were playing with that. I'm not going to call it a league. I don't know what you. I would,
Yeah,
if anything, it was like a fucking thieves guild that was going on. Oh, that's right. I forgot. We colluded.
yeah, we all colluded.
Oh, we absolutely colluded.
Wait,
There
what do we
was.
collude on?
So we were
Yeah, Pat.
playing like
Go ahead.
online poker tournaments with like real money buy-ins with a bunch of people we knew that were like Mike West friends. And me, Elliot, and Teddy would jump in a call and tell each other what we had so that whoever won that night would like we'd split the pot with each other.
Oh
But we
Yeah,
were absolutely cheating and fucking smoking people.
100% Western shit. It was
Couldn't do it to a better group of people.
Yeah. Yeah. It was I didn't feel bad about it.
No, you're basically Robin Hood at that point.
Yeah, it was totally fine with me. There was that whole group of people are such fucking trash bags.
I remember asking too. I was like, "Hey, should I feel bad?" And I think both of you, like, I think both of you, almost at the same time, were like, "No." You're like, absolutely do not feel bad about
Oh, sorry,
this.
you
This
were
is,
cheating against Mike West?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was him and like a bunch of his fucking cronies that are all just degenerate pieces of shit. So I was like, yeah, this is fine. I'm totally fine with it.
yeah, all right. The 7-Eleven hangers.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Yeah, he sucks. All right. So games you played this week. What do you guys play? I played Retail WoW. I can talk about that. There's some new shit in there going on, but I'll open it up. Who played a new game this week?
I put
I didn't play a new game. I played an old game. 2 old games.
I've been
I
seeing you
played
on PUBG.
PUBG. I played PUBG, and it was great. It's just so good. Still, it feels good. It's like
Let's still have a
just,
good player base.
oh my god, yeah, yeah. Solo, not so much. You'll get a lot of bots in there. Probably half it's real players, but like duos and quads, you're good. You'll get actual people.
I
Still a
have
good
some
game,
core
man.
memories of you yelling at Elliot in
Yeah.
PUBG.
I
Just
remember
having a great time.
our first chicken dinner with Elliot. He did nothing, but
We got it. I think
we
it was
got it.
like
that was standard. That was like fairly standard.
Uh,
Being
I think
alone,
we
I
got-
was
I'm
not.
not fun. I'm not fun to play those games with. I get it. I'm
But I'm
aware.
also very like uh aggravating inducing because like I was not paying attention.
You like give me anxiety when I'm playing with you.
Yeah, exactly. I was bringing the team down just because I was like, yeah, this is fine, and everyone's like, no, it's not. No, you're absolutely doing the wrong thing. You're bringing everyone down.
I'm much more like lax with that because I'm like, if Elliot gets shot, like at least we know someone's over there shooting in this direction. Like,
Yeah, and they added stations in the game where you can buy back your dead players. I think there's only a certain amount per map. You have to like get their chip off their body after they're dead and bring it to a station, and then it calls them back. It makes the game more fun for sure.
oh,
It's
that's
good.
interesting.
It's a lot of fun, and I've been playing Heroes of the Storm like every night. Still,
Yeah, that's something they really, I really wish they would bring that back. Even if all the things that we see remastered, redone, reborn, like, okay, you can't just like give it a little fresh coat of paint and see what happens. Like, you already got the servers up and running. You
There's
know,
some
like,
speculation that like BlizzCon 2026 is gonna have, or
They
2025 is
still
gonna have.
actively patch and do changes on
yeah.
HOTS like all the time.
oh,
For
do
a while
they?
for a while they weren't really doing anything with it. They were kind of just every so often they'll fix a bug or something. But now they're actively like changing heroes, fixing,
Oh, I didn't know that.
nerfing them or buffing a few of them. Yeah. And there, yeah, like Jesse said, there's like hints that there's going to be an announcement at BlizzCon, and the game's got a decent player base. Like you get ranked games, no problem.
Yeah, the game refuses to die. It's such
Yeah,
a good game.
it's a good game,
Hey.
man. I mean, like, listen, when you guys tried to pull me into it, I was like, I'm not playing this. This is fucking corny. And now it's like all I fucking play. I play like I'm on teams. We play like in tournaments and shit now. Like I'm like, God, I'm a fucking nerd now.
It's the barrier to entry is so low and the skill ceiling
Yeah.
is very high.
Yeah.
So it makes it
Yeah.
it makes it very fun and easy to get into.
And there's so many like Blizzard nerds out there. Like, oh, I get to play as Diablo. Are you kidding me? That's sick. And
Right.
it's such a good selling point. Like, play your favorite Blizzard hero from any Blizzard game you want. Like, oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I can't remember the first character I played in that because like every one of my favorite like core characters, I'll be like, oh, this is the guy I definitely played like my first 50 games as, like Sergeant Hammer or like Muradin. I'm like, yeah, I definitely like mained this guy as my first guy, but like I can't remember who I like first just spent my first 20 or something
Can't
games.
remember. Can't remember your first. Can't
It
remember your
had to have been
first.
Muradin. It had to have been Muradin, but like it might have been Sergeant Hammer. I spent like a bunch of
Yeah, I
AI
feel like
games.
it was Sergeant Hammer.
You're probably right about that. Like I loved Sergeant Hammer for some reason. Just pushing them lanes. And unfortunately it's not like it was in 2017 where you could just like push a lane. Like
Damn,
there
it was that long.
Yeah,
dude,
game's
games went out.
game's 10 years old actually.
Yeah.
It just turned 10, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
that
sense.
sounds about right.
I gotta log in and get the anniversary banner.
Do it. If I'm not mistaken, it's 10 years, but
Yeah,
Yeah, I
probably
think.
is.
I mean, based on like, what do they give you? The hero score? I think exclusively. I mean, this is common for me. I mean, I played a mage when I played WoW. I think I just played mage. I think only had mage for 15 years. But it was Raynor to like level 27, then Tassadar. I think that was it for about 4 years. Like but that's I think which was like I liked about Heroes. Like, and I did play League with Chris, and I played Dota with another friend. But it was nice that you could sit there and even if the meta changed, so on and so forth, that you could pick someone that was not immediately considered useless with the right crew. And I think that's, I mean, granted, frustrating when you have a bunch of people, you start getting salty, but I think that's any game, when you're on a team. But it was like, the barrier of entry, I think Pat said, like, it's absolutely accurate. And that's what made it cool is you hop on, do some business. All right, some days you win, some days you don't. But as opposed to some of the other MOBAs out there that like require uh, a lot of work,
Yeah, like a law degree.
yeah, it's wild.
I only
Right.
played HOTS. Yeah, June 10th, 2015 it came out. But from what I hear, other people like Dota and what's it, League of Legends are just like
We tried to do League of Legends like maybe like a year ago or something like that. Like we were
Yeah.
like, we're gonna be a league group, and like I like everything about it was the worst. Like the client, loading up the client was just the worst. Like it was like
I heard the
you need to
game's
go
like
on
an
like a
hour
web
long
page.
sometimes. I'm like, God, no, I
They're at
can't.
like a minimum of like 40 minutes.
That's
Yeah,
too
and like
long.
I couldn't even
That
figure out
was
how to
Dota
launch
too.
the
That
game.
was Dota as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
do you remember this? Like we tried to play
Yeah,
League of Legends.
you had to download their own launcher first to be able to launch the game, but there was like a whole nother client that needed to be installed to even download the launcher.
Yeah, and
Like
like
you needed 3 fucking accounts to do anything. Like yeah, that was a ginormous pain in the ass. And then you get in there and like you're just gonna get face rolled by a million people that have been playing this for 20 years and we're so far behind. I was like, this fucking blows.
yeah, it
Mhm.
sucked. It was like not.
Like
I was like, I'm not.
I don't need to be tabbing out to figure out what my fucking buy order should be. And like I don't understand any of this shit.
Yeah, that's true. Icy Veins did as well. Like it was very simple. Hey, listen, these are the top 3 builds for the person you're playing. Yeah, all right, you're not S tier, but you're in the A tier. These are the specific things you want to do. These are the things to pay attention to. And that's the thing that's wild is like they did it right. Like
Yeah,
like you were just saying, play your favorite Blizzard character. Here's how it was. Like easy to play, difficult to master. And man, I forget. Pat, were you over the one time we were winning one of the championships and we like made like 3 dozen wings
Oh yeah,
watching it?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, it was
oh, yeah,
fantastic.
I felt watching their production stuff for their actual like competitions and esports. I thought were awesome.
Blizzard does a good
They,
job for that stuff. If it's
esports are dead though. Like
Yeah, the Heroes of the Dorm when they were doing that on ESPN was fucking awesome.
yeah, and they
I
cut
never
their legs out from them. They're like, oh, you know what? This isn't viable. Sorry. And like, that was a bummer because it was like, oh, it was a glorious time, but it was really cool to see it.
yeah, they killed Overwatch League. They killed their whole esports like division, like Blizzard esports. They haven't done anything with StarCraft. Like it's just been Blizzard's not been a great place. I think
Yeah.
for the last few years.
Yeah, kind of feels like it's crapping out.
Yeah, I don't really see any goodwill. I mean, their remasters were,
They killed their survival
Diablo
game.
4. Yeah, like nothing has been really nothing. I can't think of anything of merit. I mean, granted, you guys play WoW, like, or have played WoW more recently, but any of their other IPs, which they have so much of, they've done nothing with.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
speaking
mean
of WoW,
they did Season of Discovery and they've been, patching out a whole bunch of new stuff for like Classic Plus type content, but it is so far removed from what Classic WoW was that I was like, I can't get into this. There's just fucking too much shit.
what's new in Era? What's new in classic vanilla, Pat?
I
They're like
think the
late
latest, yeah,
stage.
I want to say the latest update for Classic WoW was somewhere around September of 2006.
No. I mean like your server, like your world of classic WoW.
Oh, I mean, but it's the same shit. I've been clearing Nax every single week for like a year and a half, on multiple different characters. So it's just the same shit, fucking different day. I have like 5 characters I need to go farm world buffs on. Today we went to this food truck thing to go get dinner, and I had to remote desktop in because they were dropping a head and heart buff at 7:35 and 7:40. So I had to remote desktop in to make sure I got it.
Do you need it? Like, so these buffs are
Yeah.
they're really good,
They are
but like,
unbelievably good and super broken.
so
What a
what's
world
your
we
end
live
game?
in.
I mean, it's to smash through the hardest content in the game, and like we can get in and out of Nax in about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half.
That's
Now
like
because
15 bosses, and it's like a ton of
yeah,
bosses.
Yeah, when we were first doing it, it was like 3 nights a week. It would take us like 3 hour blocks during the week to be able to clear it, and sometimes we wouldn't. And now we're in and out of there in about an hour and a half.
And are you just trying to gear your like officer corps or like
Yeah,
do you
for the most part, the main thing is the swords that drop off of Kel'Thuzad at the end, and there's like, I mean, if you see 5 in a year, it's a lot. So there's, and we're like, the warriors are super broken in classic WoW, as everybody knows. So there's a ton of them, and there's a ton of rogues, and they both want it. So there's just a very long list of people that have been waiting forever to get this shit.
Is it, if I may ask, is it the obviously, like, clearing difficulty, but what's the appeal to like keep coming back? Is it to, like you said, you're gearing, you're doing all this stuff, but if you've run something, dozens of times, is it like the chase of the loot? Is it the coordination, the people you're
It's
playing with?
yeah,
I'm just
it's
curious.
both. I mean, the people I'm playing with they're fun sometimes. Sometimes they can be salty as hell, especially if shit goes wrong, and that's never fun. But it's like to go in there and like smash the hardest content that Classic WoW has to offer. Not that it's even really hard for us anymore. But like the parsing culture and like how well you perform, like that's good. It's like a dick measuring contest, so that's fun to have actual evidence that you do that. And I mean, really, it's still loot chasing too. So like I've gone as far as I could go with my priest. I've been gearing my mage. I have a warrior that's up and coming. My rogue is almost fully done. And it's just yeah, it's just coming back through and just smashing everything on as many classes as possible. At least that's how I find fun in it.
And like it's funny, your status has almost become a meme, but if you have all these classes and you've done all these things, do you see a time where you will actually have beaten WoW?
Probably not, because I don't think that I'm ever gonna really fully gear anything out. But I think I'll be done with Classic WoW at least for a while when the anniversary realms roll into TBC again, which I think will be sometime next year.
Oh yeah. I should keep leveling my rogue.
Yeah, so I think I'll go over to that once it drops. But I also want like a guild to be established over there, and I don't think my classic guild's going to go over there, and I don't think that the something awful guys are going to be there either.
My something awful guild won't do that. Like
Yeah.
there probably will be a guild over there. I believe that there is a strong like classic contingent, or at least there used to be.
They're in the current classic, which is now rolling into Mista Pandaria. And I
Oh,
don't think they're going to go back to the anniversary realms to do TBC again. At least I've been checking the Discord to see if there's any signups or like interest, and like it seemed like there might have been 2 or 3 people that went back to level on the anniversary realms waiting for TBC. It doesn't sound like there's more than that.
huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it sucks to
that's
go
like
anywhere without a guild.
yeah, that's the biggest selling point. Is like I know that we're going to be coordinated. There's a bunch of people that I know how to play the game. Like losing that sucks.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been Wow Chat with Pat.
You're welcome.
Um, we're gonna come back to this next week, get an update on Nax.
It'll be exactly the same.
What do you plan on?
What's up?
What are you playing? What do
Oh
you play this
God.
week?
All right. So, um, man, actually, it's been a fairly busy week. So I'm a massive Doom nerd, have been since like the very
Nice.
beginning. Um, I still remember I was 7 years old back when they did game shit correctly, and my grandparents, which now that I think of it, giving a 7-year-old this thing, and I'm actually looking at the Cyber Demon right now. They got me the final Doom set, and it's funny, it was like $40, but it was like all of the floppies, it was all of that stuff. Um, and so played the shit out of Doom 3 can go fuck itself, but Doom Eternal, Final Doom, all that stuff. Then they came out with this new one, which was Doom Dark Ages, and it's incredible. It's the like to be able like that's the thing I mainly focus on because granted we've been in a little bit of a dry spell, right, in terms of like bro games. So I look for something that I can pick up and put down. So like Doom, clearly Bethesda, like AAA, it's fucking heavy metal. You're murdering a bunch of shit. You pick it up Awesome, put it down. Then I moved to a game. I moved to a game called Nice Day for Fishing. Okay, so Nice Day. Yeah, I didn't
That is
see if
such a
any.
fucking Elliot game.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, if you guys didn't see me, like I popped it up just to see if anyone would peek in it. So what it does is it makes fun of MMOs, right? So it's a pixel like side scroller,
Oh, is this
and
the game, the offline MMO you've been playing?
no. Aaron Shore. Aaron Shore is fantastic.
Oh,
I recommend that highly. For like the cheapness of it is, but this game right makes fun of MMOs, and you're a fisherman, and you have 3 dialogue options. Nice day for fishing. And so like there'll be these characters like you'll go around almost like Stardew Valley, right? Or almost like those like kind of pixel things, and it's completely a pixel like a fishing game. So you'll like throw your lure down, but then when you actually catch a fish, it becomes Final Fantasy, where you have to sit there and cast spells and guard and active block, and it like just totally makes fun of the entire idea of what MMOs are and all this shit. And it's one dude, and it's like 10. I mean, granted, I stole it. Poor guy. I probably should give him some money, but you know, it's one guy like who made this really fucking cool thing, and I spent 20 hours on it. Like that's what I look for. Like you said, the solo MMO, Aaron Sure,
yeah.
fantastic. I cannot recommend that enough. While we wait for monsters and memories and monsters, um, fantastic game. Silly things like that. The Precinct. I saw you guys mention that.
Yeah, I thought
Fantastic. Like
maybe they go to Elliot. I really want
unironically,
Elliot to
no,
stream it.
yeah, unironically fantastic. Like they give you an entire handbook of all the different crimes, all the procedures you'd need to do, reading the rights, being like, okay, checking the pockets, what are you caught with? What do you need to do? And it reminds me of the original Grand Theft Auto. I mean, it takes place like it's the same top down view. Um, but that's and also Schedule 1. Making drugs called horse dick. Making meth that one of the ingredients is called horse semen. Like I like to just find that stupid shit and just fuck around with it. Supermarket Simulator doesn't seem like it'd be fun, right? Fantastic, just
I've
fantastic.
heard
Like,
a lot of good things about chore core games, like
yeah, they
Power
just
Washer Simulator and like Home Flipper and stuff
yes,
like that.
that is 100% like that is my self care. Just sitting down, sitting down, running across like. And to be fair, Schedule 1, like it is the most basic, shitty. Like what's the dev, Tyler? The
I've
most
watched people
basic
play it. It does
graphics.
look very funny.
Oh, and it's multiplayer too. Like that's why I think I did mention it once before that like of a stupid game to play, that was one of the things that even though it's like, $10, had a hell of a lot more depth and like I said, creating a strain of weed called like dumpster crack, like and then running around and selling it. Like that's what's funny is like it's fucked up. A game like that costs 60% less than some of the shit that we've played. And you're laughing your ass. Like, that's the thing. Buddy games. That's the kicker. Like, I
Yeah,
keep my eye out for buddy games.
yeah. Like
Like
what was that bro game?
Overcooked.
Yeah,
Overcooked. Yeah, that was
Overcooked's a
awesome.
blast. Yeah, I played that with
Tavern
Alicia for a
Keeper is
while.
another one.
Oh yeah, we were gonna play Cavern Keeper, but that fizzled out. Yeah, like I was like getting Alicia, like I was like, let's do some games, like let's get back into it. Then she started her business again, so I was like, okay, bye, bye. I really want Andy to play the Precinct. I want him to stream it and
I have to check it
and
out. I haven't looked at anything.
make comments.
I mean, I'll just literally send you the files and you don't have to pay for it and we'll call it a day. Like,
I know
the,
you guys are so super up to date on current events with sports. Did you guys hear about Stefan Diggs getting in trouble for being on a boat with a bunch of girls and some pink powdery substance?
Saw the video.
Pink
Yeah, I didn't
powder
see the
pink?
video. Yeah, this is so they found out what it's called. It's some kind of South Beach like Miami street drug now. It's called
what?
Tusi, and it is a mixture of Molly, LSD, and ketamine.
Oh,
Good
his
Lord.
girlfriend is Cardi B. Like,
Yeah.
ah,
Wait, say that again. What are the
So he was
drugs?
he was on a boat with a bunch of there was like 3 or 4 girls or something, and he basically handed them a bag of pink powder, said something like "Go do this and come back later," or come back to me when you're done. And it's a drug that's from South Beach called 2C, and it is Molly, LSD, and ketamine.
I am. I know all of. Okay. I allegedly know of all those things independently. I have no idea what the fuck that combination would do to a human. No idea. That's insane.
That's Florida, baby.
That is fun. I'll be in Miami in 2 weeks for work.
Yeah, get some, bring some back. We'll test it out.
What is it called again?
2C.
Tusi.
2C?
I'm YouTubing Tusi. I'm just getting like some rapper.
That's
This is
that's what they say.
That
Brutal White.
scans. That
This is
sounds
It's
like that
possible. I
scans.
mean, this is how they pronounced it on the radio, so I have no idea if the pronunciation is correct, but that's what they called it. Was 2C.
That's insane.
all right, well, I'll do a trip report. Um,
Yeah, I
on
mean, just fly home
I'll
with
be in
some.
Miami. Yeah, I'll just put some in my backpack. Like I'm sure that'll be fine.
It'll be fine, dude. You know an air traffic controller. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be like, yo, do you know Pat? Actually, I will tell you, I did get through. I went to Miami and back home without a valid photo ID.
Wow.
Like last time I went there.
It's
Did I not
impressive.
tell you guys this? So
No.
like, um, I had to go to Miami for work. I have to go there once a year. So I generally go around like May or June, and it's like approaching. There's like a week ahead of time. A week before I have to go, I lose my wallet, and I'm like, okay, like it's a week. Like I'll find it. Like these things sort of get misplaced, whatever. 2 days pass, 3 days pass, and I'm like talking to my boss. I'm like, "Hey, I like can't find my wallet. So, like, I'm a little worried." And she's like, You're driving there if you're not flying there." Sort of that was sort of the vibe I got. So I like tore apart my house, couldn't find it. Like, all right, I'm flying tomorrow. Like how am I gonna do this? So I there's no one to call. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna bring sort of everything I can bring. So I brought a mortgage statement, a jury summons, and an expired passport because our passport had just expired. We hadn't renewed them since it was like COVID and blah blah blah. But it expired like a year ahead of time or a year before. So I go to JFK. I have all these things. I like get through like security, and then I get to like the TSA lady, and I'm like, I need to talk to somebody. I need an adult, and I they were like, "None of these are valid." They're like, "A mortgage statement? Like, what are you doing? Like, what? This is just a name." And but the jury summons actually was like that was the thing that like it that so I had to like convince this lady. There was no procedure or protocol. I had to like convince this lady. It was truly like a charisma check. It was like, don't look privileged, look busy. Like I got there like 5 hours early so I could make sure I could be like strip checked if I needed to be. So whatever, I passed the first charisma check. I fly and I'm feeling like relatively confident. So then I go back through Miami thinking it's going to be much more lax because like Miami versus New York in this TSA. I'm gonna give it to New York, but no, I like had to go through like a full like battery of questions. They called like many managers over. They did not accept the paperwork as I had it. It was like much, much worse. And I only got by on like sympathy of like my plane is leaving soon. I got here 5 hours early. Please, please, please. I'm not trying to terrorize you. And they let me through. So like that was the most stressful flight or like thing in my life. I get home. I'm like I sort of given up having a wallet. And Theo like walks up to me with it. He's like, "Here you go, Dad."
Oh
And I'm
my
like,
god.
buddy, where'd you get this? Like, I thought like maybe it's like under a couch, something like that. He's like, yeah, I jammed it. He's like, I found it in the play kitchen. Like, it was like jammed between like like the gap between the stove, the play stove,
Oh
and
my
my
god.
side. And I'm like, how did it get there? He's like, yeah, I forgot I put it there. I was like, oh my god,
Wow.
I'm gonna murder you. Like, it was one of those things where you could only laugh. I couldn't be mad. I couldn't like. I was like, "Well, you got me, buddy." It was like, but
International, yeah,
it was
transnational incident. That's
it was
hilarious.
so stressful. And I got my wallet back. It's like he tested me. He's like, "What kind of dad are you gonna be?" And I was like Galadriel. Like I passed the test. I can I can go into the West now. That's my no wallet story flying. But I don't know how we got on the topic. It
let
doesn't
me
air
matter.
see.
traffic controller.
I know.
Oh
No, no,
yeah.
yeah, I do know on. I do know on. Well, I'll briefly talk about retail WoW and say like it's sort of like gameplay perspective. It's like the best. It's better than ever. But I actually saw a video and it made me think because it like runs performance wise like worse than ever. Like it's not smooth. It's not like I think the appeal of Blizzard games and WoW especially is how smooth and how nicely they run, even on like potato machines. But like if you're gonna raid or like do any sort of group content in WoW, you need like a really recent you need like a new machine to do that shit because there's just like 10 gajillion calculations going on. So like I'm now staring down the barrel of buy a new computer to play this 20-year-old game, and it's like, do I want to do this sort of a thing? But
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Get over WoW. You know what I'm saying?
just yeah,
Yeah.
sure, yeah, that makes sense.
Look
But
at all the money you'd save.
that's
I have
true.
3
That's true.
accounts. I have
You
3
have
accounts because I need to have alts to mind control my character so I can get Ren.
you're paying
What?
$45 a month for WoW.
Correct.
Insane.
Well,
That's wild, dude. That's
of all
wild.
the
Yeah,
things you could, of all the things you
it's a
could be spending
horde.
Let
money on.
let Jepson play one of those accounts. Just like when you're
It's
not
a
using it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. It's a horde only buff, and if you have a horde character that can mind control an alliance character, they can get it. So I have three accounts, and 2 of which I have just for mind controlling myself. And
I
I
don't
also
even
I
know. I
also
don't even know what
leveled
to say to that.
I
How did you
leveled
figure that
warlock.
out?
I leveled warlock alt so that I can summon myself to different places, and you need 2 clickers for that. So I need 3 accounts.
That's
I'm
some.
blown away by that.
I'm blown away. It
How
is.
many?
I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed at the. I can't be mad. I can't be mad at that. Like that's what
It's
do they say?
pure
What's that thing?
degeneracy.
Peak performance.
Yeah,
I know.
it's pure degeneracy at this point.
Yeah, it's strong. But hey, you're happy.
Oh
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
mad.
if that's what you want to call it.
important.
As long as it's not neglecting your kid, you're good.
Oh shit,
Are you
where is he?
neglecting your kid?
I don't even know where he is.
Oh, is that Chris? Is that Chris? Did you sneak in?
I had so many things to say about the TSA story, and when I was driving and I didn't want to unmute and be poor sound quality in the middle of like a story because that's the nightmare where you're telling a great story and someone's like so but all I could imagine while you were telling me that when you were going through a battery of searches was like them feeding you hard-boiled eggs until you can't take anymore. And they're like, and you just keep getting up, you just keep doing more. They're like, all right, dude, just let this guy through. They can't do it anymore.
They could have done anything to my body, and I would have accepted it if they let me on that plane. Anything. All
Well,
4
so,
holes. I mean, can I ask you guys a question? Can I ask you on my Instagram like search thing? I'll see like the hot girl like thing, and it'll be like, yeah, like it'll give her stats. Like that's the new like trend for like hot girl Instagram. It's like 5'1", like double D's, whatever, and then it says like uses all 4 holes, and then I'm like, what's the 4th hole? Like,
what
what am
are
I?
the 4 holes?
I don't know. Like,
What are
I
the
can
what are
think
the
of
first
3.
3?
Wait.
What are the first 3?
Well, I mean, I feel like that's
For
obvious.
those who may not know, like I know. I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
other people might not know.
I can reel the first
I
3 off pretty quick, but like I
Okay.
can't for the life of me find the 4th.
My guess would be that means she squirts.
Why would that? What would it mean that?
That'd
Why
have
would
been
That's your
that mean?
first guess. That's your first
That
guess.
would be my guess.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
Like that the other ones
like the
also work.
urethra? They counting
Yeah.
the urethra?
Oh God,
If that's where
nothing's
that
supposed
comes
to
So
from,
go in
yes.
that. Nothing's
Well,
supposed to
nothing.
go in that.
Yeah, so it's
Well,
like 3
it
and.
doesn't say like fills all 4 holes. It says they use them.
Oh
Oh,
God,
I was like, is that the female equivalent of sounding? Because that
I don't
seems
want to know what that is. But
what is
Uh,
sounding? For the
Are you
uninitiated,
serious?
I know. I just want to make sure that anyone listening would.
So you know how we have urethra, boys, right?
We do have urethra, boys.
Yeah. So then you take a
Girls have
rod.
urethras too.
No,
You take a rod, and
no.
then
Is this for
Yep.
real?
dead
Why would they?
ass.
Okay. Why would
Yeah,
they
no,
call
I
it
mean,
sound?
I wish it wasn't real.
You're, whether you like it or not, you're the new ambassador of sounding. Why do they
Yeah,
call
it's
it
called.
sounding?
Why they call it sounding, I have no idea, but it's usually like glass or metal, and I mean, it causes a lot of issues, but it's honestly, unfortunately, like more common than it's not. Apparently, it's supposed to heighten, quote unquote, the experience, but like
So
in the
anyway, retail WoW is in like a really good spot.
yeah. Like let's move off of what I
Other
know.
than the performance issues,
Yeah, let's
Raid is
move off of what I know.
fantastic. All
And
the
speaking
classes,
of
I have
performance issues,
several questions,
all the
and
classes
we'll
are
all pick
balanced.
offline.
Let's do
Yeah.
sports ball corner. I want to let you guys talk about sports a little while
I think I handled that with
Process that.
Stephon Diggs's two seat.
any Rangers,
Yeah.
Islanders, Mets, Yankees, Knicks.
Knicks won. They
The next one, they
were
saved
down
off
3-1.
elimination.
Yep.
It's huge.
Yep. They
Okay.
play again tomorrow. They're down 3-2. I can't
Elliot,
pick
what are
the
your thoughts
best-
on the series, bud?
Elliot.
You know,
Pause.
I think everyone's doing their best, and I think the coaching staff is on point, and everyone's focused.
At the
Okay,
end of the
cool.
day,
Go ahead.
at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you got to come together as a team, all right?
Yep. Sorry, Jefferson.
Basketball is one of those sports that's like I can't even watch it until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Like it's just not entertaining until it's the end of the fucking game.
It's the same
And
thing as hockey. It's the same thing.
No,
as
how
hockey.
dare
That's
you?
not. That's
Dare
not.
you.
How
Shut
dare
the
you?
fuck up.
That's the
How dare
fucking
you.
dumbest thing I've ever heard you say in my life.
What an awful take.
It's the dumbest.
Five guys.
That's like, dude. That's legitimately.
divisive.
You know what? You know what? You know what? F1's just like fucking NASCAR. It's the same thing.
Five guys. It's five
Holy
guys
shit.
Thing.
trying to put a ball in a place. It's the same.
There's no ball in hockey. There's no ball.
Trying to put an object in a place. It's
Okay.
Five
Uh,
guys, object place.
Yeah.
Although hockey is 6, right?
Let
I
him cook. Let him cook.
Are you
Let him
trying
cook.
to trigger
While
them?
they're
You're trying to-
skating on razor blades on
And
ice,
like,
It's the
and
same
like,
game.
hockey.
everyone's
they
trying to
use-
kill you.
They literally implement ballet as like a technical maneuver to fucking gain speed. Like a pirouette is like a legit thing hockey players do to gain speed while trying to fucking murder someone. Okay, so don't tell me it's not a beautiful game. And it's not
Oh.
a violent game.
Oh yeah.
Basketball, they're flopping everywhere. Basketball sucks, dude. I can go on a whole fucking kick about like college basketball. I'm okay with. Pro basketball is the most mercenary vibe sport. No one fucking cares. There's no heart. It's all about me
It's the same 4 teams every year who make it
every
in.
year.
The Knicks
And
are
it's
not
whoever
ranked, by the
invests in
way.
like the big 3, you know, right?
Yeah.
I didn't
It
know
just
that.
feels so heartless.
If
And
you said baseball, Jesse, I'd be like, oh, 100%.
Well,
But
it's.
not
I mean,
hockey.
just like mechanically speaking, it's like,
No, it's not.
yeah, it is, dude. Like I get.
Mechanically,
I like. It's 5 guys. I'm not like I was trolling a little bit. Just
It's 6
guilty as
guys.
charged. Guilty as charged. But like,
It's 6
like,
guys if you can count the goalie.
that's what I was saying before. Like, yeah, like it's 6 versus, which I was like taking the wind out of my own sails there. But it's like between 5 and 6 guys trying to get a thing in a net, which is like you'd think they were like more similar in terms of how they were played, but apparently they're not. Apparently, hockey is the
very good.
beautiful sport.
Like a basketball player will stay on the whole game. A hockey player, like a long shift in hockey, is like 2 minutes. You're like,
Damn,
and
really?
and you're cooked. Like you're
And
Holy
they're
shit,
cooked.
like,
that's wild.
2 minutes is
and
like
it just
Like, do
like
they
extremely
the,
work
long.
out? Do they condition themselves?
do they work
Yeah.
out? Do
Yeah.
professional athletes work out? Is that your question? Yeah. Of course they do.
Have they tried working out?
I have they tried, not being wusses? I think basketball, I think the big thing for me about hockey, and I actually like if I ever start a YouTube channel, I will lead off why I think hockey is the greatest sport on earth. And it goes back to like there's so much odd but beautiful pageantry and honor involved in hockey that just doesn't exist in other sports. And like even going right down to fighting, where fighting is kind of a sanctioned thing in hockey, it's so weird. But like there was an actual it was in the 20s, but like scientific reasons on why they put fighting in hockey is because they believed that when you have people out there with actual weapons and you let tension build up with weapons in your hands and on your feet, it is actually less dangerous to let people have some fisticuffs to get their venting out, right? Versus having a stick in your hand and potentially taking it out on someone in another more violent way. So
Yeah.
like
Oh, damn.
there's like legitimate interesting but barbaric honor in this game, and like even like right down to the handshake line, right? Like at the end of every playoff game, people go to war with each other and they go through the handshake line, and like no other sport
I don't think any
does it.
professional sport does that. I
No,
mean,
not
maybe they
like
do.
that.
I'm
Baseball
trying
they
to
do.
think of.
Baseball they
They
do like
do.
a
They
high
do.
five line, but it's not like legitimately you hear like, dude, Mark Scheifele, Winnipeg Jets, just lost their first round series. He played the day after his dad
No, the
died.
day of, Chris.
Oh yeah, sorry, you're right.
It was
I'm
the
sorry,
day
Jesse,
of.
you're right.
His dad died in the morning. He played the hockey game that night, scored the opening goal.
Scored the opening
Holy
goal, but
shit.
lost. They lost the game on his penalty.
Yeah.
And
You're like,
like when
what?
I
You didn't have to
say,
come, Mark. You don't have to be here,
but like
Mark.
that's the thing, right? Like when I say, dude, when I say like the amount, and like these are two teams that fucking hate each other. Is was it the Stars, Jepson? It was Stars or
Yeah.
was it Avs?
I
It
think it
was
was
Stars. It was
Dallas.
Stars. Yeah, it was Dallas. It was Dallas because yeah, it was Pete DeBoer. Um, the like his team rallied around him and waited for him at the penalty box to get out. It was like super moving, man. Like because like this dude played the night his dad died. The team technically lost on his penalty, but like he scored the only goal for them, so he showed up for them. And yeah, but he feels bad like being in the penalty box on the losing goal. His team rallies around him. The fucking Dallas Stars all like hug him in line and stuff. And like Pete DeBoer goes on a press conference is like, dude, can we just talk about Mark Scheifele and what guts it took to come out here that night? And like that just doesn't fucking happen in other sports. It's all like WWE showmanship shit. Like, and I just hockey has like a weird honor about it that makes it super cool to me.
Yeah. You'll never find a hockey player who like takes like the best player in the world. Connor McDavid will never be like, I'm the best player in the world, even though he's objectively the best player in the world.
Yeah, by far.
He's like, no, this is my team, my team, my team. They're all the same. No, it's my team, my team. We won this together.
It's
Like
interesting
that.
because like I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I obviously I'm taking all that in, but like hockey kids, like when you were in like middle school, high school, like
Mhm.
I always viewed like kids who played hockey, they just like came across as like the scummiest, like assholest kids in the world to me.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know
That's
why,
fair.
Could be
but
from
they
where
were
we're
just
from, just for what it's
maybe.
worth.
But it was like
It's your
yeah,
neighborhood.
probably.
Yeah.
But probably, yeah, but like it was always like the kids had a little more dollars, like their parents had a little more dollars in their pocket. They had these like giant bags full of like hundreds of dollars of equipment, and like I don't know if I like resented them because I played football and like we just had like pads. We didn't have like skates and you go to, like a special place and stuff like that. But like I always got this like not resentment, but like I just felt like I was being looked down on by these kids. Like just always felt like that whenever I went to one of these hockey things. Like when I went
I
to
feel
like
like you're
watch Pat.
describing lacrosse. I feel like that you're
Well, that's the
describing
same
exactly
kids.
what lacrosse
Those are the
is.
same
Oh, same
kids.
kids.
There's a
All
lot of
right, yeah.
overlap. A lot of overlap. There, I'll give them that.
Can I say that's the same sport too, or is that gonna cause
It's
a?
not the same sport, but
It's
it
much
is a lot of
closer.
overlap. It's closer. Yeah, it's closer. It's
I'll tell you,
closer.
the only time I ever watch like a ball game is when I'm at band practice and Ryan turns it on at like 8 o'clock, and I get mad at him because it means we're no longer like focusing on music. We're just like half focusing on music and we're half focusing on the game, which is always fucking annoying to me. But
This
that's
is how
we'll
I
save that for
know
Diamond Dan Van Talk.
how how I know Jesse doesn't watch sports is he says ball game unironically.
Yeah, I did this. I did like to cover all ball games because like he put like any sport. It's any sport. It's like that's like if there's a sport on, if there's a fucking WNBA game on, that's the only game on. He'll
Yeah,
come in
he'll
and put
find
that
it
on.
and put it on.
I'm like, guy, like,
Hey, fellow men, do you like ball games?
Yeah,
no,
he's,
I use it for a purpose. I don't.
Yeah.
it's pretty weird.
I genuinely I feel like I am someone who loves sports. I could go on a whole soapbox as to why. Like I love that it celebrates human achievement in a world that I think breaks humans down or celebrates more bad news than good news. But I think and even Jesse, you got me into F1. Like I'm open minded to every sport. And any sport I analyze or any sport I try to go deep on, every single one I compare to hockey, and I just don't. I never see the things that I see in hockey in other sports, good or
You
bad.
think that's because it was like your first love?
I think it's some of that, and I think it's being raised in a hockey household, primarily for sure. But I
Like your dad's a hockey
didn't play
coach,
much.
isn't he?
He was, but I was never good at hockey, and I never was. We watched other sports too. Like my dad was a huge Mets fan, huge Giants fan, and we watched those too. But yeah, just anytime I see that, I'm always anytime I sit through another sport, and baseball is like watching paint dry, and I'm a baseball fan. I can't defend it. It's fucking awful. Um, Football is made for TV, terrible to watch live. Basketball is yes, it's one of those ones where I'm just it feels like mercenaries going out there. There's no one really playing for heart. Not a lot of. Doesn't feel like the same vibe. I don't know. I'll stop.
Yeah.
Do you think you think maybe it has to do with the compensation, or that might be a factor because some of the other sports that you were mentioning, obviously NBA, NFL, they're very high ticket items once you get to the big stuff, and hockey has been on the lower end of the totem pole. So again, I don't know anything, so that's just why I bring it up. Is the people that are doing it are very good at it, and maybe that's why the passion comes through. I'm not saying that they're broke, you're top tier people, but
I think there's
if
something
you're
to
not.
that because when earlier in Formula One, racing time, in this 60s, 70s, and 80s, there's no money in it, and these guys were like family. These drivers were like families with each other, and they still sort of are to some extent, but it's not quite what it was because there's just so much more at stake. There's so much more money in the game, and the difference between being a superstar and not being in the sport is literally $200 million. But when there's not a lot of money, I think there's more camaraderie, fellow travelerhood,
Yeah,
and
I can see that.
that might apply to hockey because there's probably 10 hockey players who are making really good money, and probably not most of them are. I'm just guessing.
I feel the entry level contract for hockey is near,
500K.
if not at the millions. So I
I
mean,
think it's in the five. I mean, I could be wrong.
I think
I
the
think it's
NHL
750. I could
is
be wrong, but I think it's
750 to 9.
750.
Yeah, it's probably about right.
It's not like they're broke, but yeah,
No, they're doing fine.
they're not making millions for sure. I would say it's probably the most blue collar of all the sports. And by blue collar, I mean underpaid for as much work as they do. But yeah,
I mean,
I like. Go ahead.
so just a cursory thing. Aaron Judge, 9-year contract, $360 million.
Oh yeah, look up Soto, man. Look up what the Mets are paying out in their
For real?
roster. It's disgusting. Yeah, Juan Soto.
Was 15 years,
15 years,
760.
750 million,
Yeah, buddy.
including a signing bonus. What the
765 milli, my man.
for
And he
the
sucks.
Mets? For the
Yeah,
Mets?
yeah,
Where'd they get that fucking money?
yeah.
Still
Baseball.
That's insane. Dude,
David Burst.
750.
There's an
You
old I think it's South saying where it's don't let your kids play football. Just make them your football shelf life is 5 years max. You'll make a good amount of money, but you'll die literally die in the process. And baseball, you can make
CTE and
765 fucking million for 15 years, more or less running less than a mile a
you got a
day.
$75 million signing bonus. $75 million signing bonus. Can you imagine? And wait, you're saying he sucks?
Yeah,
No,
he's
He's not
not
playing well
been
right
great.
now.
he's not
What's
playing
that?
well, but he doesn't suck. Statistically, he doesn't suck. He's not having a good season though.
How is the value? Okay, but remember, I don't know anything. So how do you value an individual at that exorbitant amount of money?
Dude, just watch Moneyball, man. Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill will tell you all about how you value
Yeah,
people.
Yeah,
the market bears it,
paid
bro.
him. You pay them for what they did and what you expect them to do. And he was like the best hitter in baseball, and this year he's just been pretty fucking terrible.
Especially given what he's making.
Yeah.
Like speculation on stocks, like you're like.
But they're looking at
Is
it
it-
over like a 5-year period, right? It's not like this year is like we
Well,
can
he's
produce. It's like
26.
A 15-year period, to be clear.
Yeah.
it's wild. That's fucking wild.
It's insane.
Anyway, let's move on to the next segment.
let's do
Moments
that.
this week I wanted to die.
Yeah.
It's uplifting.
This is everyone. I'm actually struggling this week to find a moment that I wanted to die. It was a relatively like good week, and I've sort of I don't have nothing like jumps to mind. I did go to I'll give you I got something. All right, I went to this color run, for Theo's kindergarten class. So like everyone goes there. It's like instead of their recess period, they just put them in a giant circle and they played this like pre-recorded thing where like some random like YouTube star is like he's like doing these like prompts. Like he's like, okay, kids, now run as fast as you can for 2 laps. You know, it was like and like it was cool for like 5 laps, but like then we hit like the 15th lap and all it was like I kind of want to die now. I'm just watching these kids just like they're all running out of steam. They don't want to run anymore. I don't want to watch them run anymore. Like we're out of color. These kids are just doing their best. And I was like, we gotta end this. But you can't be the dad who's like, all right, wrap it up. Come on. Like wrap it up, kid. But yeah, I think that's probably the maybe that was just today I wanted to die.
Can they even legally call it a color run if you ran out of color? Is it just a run?
I mean, so the first part of me, no, yes, I mean, legally speaking, I don't know. But
Okay.
the first part of me was like, this is cheesy as fuck. Like real color runs like this. And then I was like, oh wait, this is like kindergarten. Like I shouldn't.
Did you give him hard feedback at the event tent that's run by the PTA for 5-year-olds?
Like this is not like a Tough Mudder color run, guys.
Like, you come there, you're tying your bandana around your head, you put your Oakleys facing backwards on your ears. You're like, hey guys, I've been to a few color runs in my day. Nothing's this bullshit, okay?
Yeah, I've seen some Facebook posts about these, and people look way more colorful.
Everyone's covered in 2C. Where's the 2C around here?
Yeah, everyone's
Oh, there'd be way more coloreds here.
There it is.
There it is.
I was waiting for someone to say that comment. I didn't know
Oh,
who was
man.
gonna break first, but I knew it was coming.
Our
Yeah.
resident archaeologist.
Yeah,
He's got a degree in archaeology. He can talk about that.
yeah, that's true.
I like the new Kanye
moments this
song?
week? What?
Yeah.
What's that?
Said you like the new Kanye song?
Jesus Christ, no. The one that only will play on X.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't even know it's on X. I think they got it off that too.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's not on X. You know it's bad.
But I think it's only on Rumble.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
nice.
Oh God.
I think it's only
Any
on-
moments this week you wanted to
Where you want to die?
jump off
Besides
a
this one,
roof?
Friends told me they want to start a podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's been all right too. I'm like borderline suicidal, just not actually, but whenever I fucking can't sleep at night, I'm like, holy shit, just fucking end me.
oh, dude.
When you can't sleep, you're like,
Yeah,
I can sleep if I'm dead.
yeah, but you're like, yeah, and that's the call of the
Probably
void, right?
sleep
You're
great.
Like,
I
if
probably
just
sleep
turn
great
it off,
then.
this goes away. Yeah, so I could just sleep. I used to roof with my uncle in the mornings. We'd have to be up at 5 in the morning, and I remember I would just be like, if I just put my car into the guardrail, I could just act asleep. Like I don't have to I don't have to hurt myself. I could just act like it was hurt in an accident and just sleep, and it would be the greatest feeling. And I have that feeling sometimes now when my daughter breaks up sleep at 3 a.m. because she won't stay down, and I'm
She's
just like,
still waking up she's still waking up at 3?
dude, like for hours sometimes. It's broken us. We're broken.
Kids
Sorry,
kids
didn't
have a
mean to
way of
laugh that hard.
making you feel suicidal.
It's
Yeah.
fucking it's I try to explain this to colleagues, to my wonderful 20-something colleagues who have their whole life ahead of them and freedom. That like I've always been a night owl, and I've always been someone who loves staying up late. when someone makes you or disrupts your rhythm and it's not something you want to be doing, it is like scraping your eyeballs out with shrimp forks. That level of fun. And I don't know how to express how much I hate the situation I'm in without saying I hate my kid, right? Because I don't hate my kid, but I'm like
I hate things
I just
about
want
my kid.
I hate I know I hate the role of parenting. So I hate the job of parent where I'm like I just want to fucking sleep, dude. Like why?
Yeah.
Um and yeah, that broke us. Like Lori legitimately I have only counted 2 times that she's ever cried. Once was when she realized she was engaged to me, and the second was when she knew that she was not going to get back to sleep at 3 a.m. because our daughter wouldn't go back. And she literally like collapsed in my arms in the hallway weeping. Like, she just got news from the front that that her husband, her SO's not coming home, and like
Man,
I was just like she was broken out of my arms, and I felt like I was like, oh man, the guy, I'm the friend, like
man, we couldn't save Private Ryan.
yeah, exactly. I was like, shit,
People
dude,
fuck
I'm
you up,
sorry.
man.
It just breaks you, man. Like
Yeah,
there's some
it
weird
really
things about
does.
parenting that just break you. I never want to die from it though, but I do wonder what death is like rest wise,
Pat, did Liam ever
If
longingly.
it
have any
happened in that
sleeping
moment.
issues? Pat, did Liam ever have sleeping issues?
His first like week and a half, 2 weeks home, he did. I think I've told you this before. So he was circumcised, and when we were in the hospital, they would put like a little Vaseline on it so it wouldn't stick to the diaper. And
Yeah.
when they sent us home with them, they gave us like these tubes of them. And so I'm thinking these are all fucking single use tubes. So I was using the whole fucking thing. And so yeah, he would wake up like every half hour, like fucking screaming because he's covered in piss. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And it was yeah, I had the like there was so much Vaseline in the diaper that it literally wouldn't hold any liquid. It would just shoot out the sides of it. So like I must have changed like his outfit, his bedding like fucking 30 times. And like it was for like 2 weeks before I figured out what was going on.
Fucking lubed up head infant lubed up head.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was
This
I
is
mean
never
12
gonna
ounces
hold.
of
Ugh.
fucking Vaseline.
like when I think about it now, it's like, well, yeah, obviously that makes sense. But I was also like extremely sleep deprived, and I was like, well, I
Yeah.
gotta put it on there.
And
It's
it's your
time to do it.
first kid. You don't know a damn thing.
Yeah. Just keep them up. Just spraying for a
Oh my
long time.
god.
That's a
Yeah,
long
so
one.
learned the hard way. But yeah, that was a rough. It was like 2 weeks of that where we're like, this is not something's wrong. Something is wrong with our kid. He won't sleep. He just pees out his diaper. Like, how much could this? We were like, do we have to stop
Sliding
feeding
everywhere.
him? Like, do we have to stop feeding him before bed? Like, is that what you do? Because like he just literally won't stop pissing
Stop
everywhere.
feeding him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it just turns out I'm fucking stupid as hell.
that's no. You
Thea
were
didn't have any sleeping issues, but
made for
Abby
this.
definitely did. Abby, we fucked up from the start because like we were moving. We were trying to sell the house first, and then we were moving during her like most crucial like sleep training phase. And we took sleep training because Thea was like a COVID baby, so we had like a perfectly hermetically sealed environment. There was like no outside factors. So like, and he took to it. Like, and like I've since learned after Abby that like some kids just don't take to it. But like Theo, like perfect sleep trainer. Like he would. It was tough in the beginning. So like spent a few weeks sort of like getting him over the hump, and like we started sleep training around like 6 or 7 months, something like that. Um, and then after 2 weeks of pain, bang, he was like down for naps. He was down for bed. He would just blow through 12 hours, no problem. And it was like having a kid part time. It was so nice. Um, but then Abby came along and we were doing like the moving house thing. And we just like we didn't have a room for her. Number one, she was in Alicia's office. And we did such a bad job. And we just like resorted to just like sleeping with her. So I would sleep in the same room with her, not in the same bed. We were always Nazis about like never co-sleeping because that's like how you kill kids. But like we would have to. I would just like sleep all night. Alicia and me weren't in the same bed for like 3 or 4 months because one of us was sleeping downstairs with Abigail.
Did you say
And
co-sleeping is how you kill kids?
like sleeping
Yeah.
with your kid in the bed.
I had
Oh,
a job.
oh, oh.
I had a job once. Yeah.
And
Parents.
that happens?
Yeah.
It's
Parents
like the
got.
most common cause of death for kids.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I never knew
Really?
that. I genuinely did not know that.
Yeah.
It's it's that and keeping things out of the crib. Like you don't want anything. You
Yes,
don't want no pillows, no blankets, no nothing. You just put the kid in there. But like when people sleep with their like little babies in their same bed, like that was a common way for kids to die. Like before we
Very
figured that
dangerous.
shit out.
Like if you roll on them type deal. Is it
Yeah.
rolling on them?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they just have no power to push you up, and you're
Yeah,
sleep
yeah, yeah.
deprived, you're exhausted, and they could be struggling, and you'll have no idea, and you'll just snuff them out. No, it's not. It's
Elliot, you
easy,
taking
Ellie.
notes?
You just never do it. It's not a problem. You
Just
just
don't do
never
it.
do
You're
it.
good.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah, we
I'm
have
not.
4 dads in here, and Elliot's a dad to be, huh?
I'm not.
Congrats,
I'm
you
not
didn't
in
even
this
know.
alone. I'm not in this alone, and I'm assuming that my partner has a lot more common sense than I do. So,
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'd get on
Definitely.
the same page about that shit because you don't want to.
well, I mean, like, I didn't consider that. I'm assuming she has, because
Well,
all she
ask-
does is snore and think. That's all she does is fucking snore and think. So I don't sleep. I read books on how she snores and thinks. But
And ask Pat if you need help with Vaseline application.
I got your back. Though.
yeah, I don't think I need to do that with. No, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. But I can say I don't sleep, and I don't know why. I don't think it's necessarily for training, but as she described to me medically, the blood vessels and all that stuff like enter the nose and face because I guess they're growing life. But she is like an overnight fucking Alaskan truck driver who's had a pint of whiskey and then just passes out after an all night fucking shrimp bar. The
Is that a
amount
good
of
thing or a
noise,
bad thing?
Yeah, that feels
awful.
bad.
The amount of noise that comes out of her. She wakes me up from a dead sleep. I get maybe, on average, 2.5 hours of sleep a night for the past.
Oh,
She's at
you're
20.
ready.
She's at 2.5. She's at 22 weeks. Probably about 10 weeks. I'm averaging about
Get her
nights,
a
3 hours a
nose.
night.
Get her one of those nose things. Like get a
Have,
Yeah,
dehumidifier. The fuck you
have
guys
you
doing?
gotten
it happens. I asked. We've been to many doctor's appointments, sonograms. I've asked all the professionals, and they said, "Yeah, suck it up, Dick." And I'm like, "All right, that's fair."
have you gotten her
You
checked
know,
for like sleep apnea? She might actually be
yes,
dying
no,
for
it's
a
not
moment
that.
in the
Yes,
middle of
yes,
her.
no.
Okay.
I mean,
You keep dying.
with all due respect, I went so far as to ask if I could inject her with something that was pregnancy safe. That's how tired I was at the last sonogram.
like the Z-Quil? Is it your
Yeah. I was like,
syringe full of
what
Z-Quil?
can I give her? And like, so like, and the doctor the doctor laughed and she goes, well, no, you can't, because that would be wrong and also wouldn't help, but also you could do something. And I was like, I tried the couch, and she's like, well, keep fucking trying. And she was great. She was awesome. Like, she was a fantastic doctor. I was like, she's like, well, keep fucking trying. You're not growing
Yeah.
life. And I was like, I respect that. I really do.
I
But
have a
yeah,
The sleep
yeah.
deprivation is also like torture.
Yes, I have a good. This is not on the script, but I'm interested to hear this because we have 4 dads and a dad to be who's clearly in it with sleep stuff. Um, what have your breaking points look like? Because I know you're breaking. I've broken. What are your breaking points looking like? You guys crying? You hitting shit? What are you doing when
Like
you break
when
from
I'm
sleep,
worse.
from like lack of sleep, or like something you're just in that short mode because you just have no sleep? Like I have found. I'll lead off here. I got no problem. I have found that I've started to channel. Like I have a very physical response when I do it, and now it could be aggression if I did not channel it
I just
properly,
start
and I don't want it
jerking
to be
off.
aggressive. I just start hammering away, flesh on flesh. Um, I so like there was one time where like she started crying again, and she was like a baby at this point, and I just like punched the wall super hard. 'Cause I was like, "Fuck," you know. I was like, just loud, "Fuck," and like I hit the wall and I hurt my hand really bad. So like I learned, like human lizard brain had learned, like, "Hey, don't do that. You're gonna hurt yourself." So now, when I like hit my breaking point, I clap my hands together like a literal gorilla, super like fucking like I just like have this weird Cro-Magnon caveman response where I just clap really loud, you know, and like I get like a rhythm. I'm like, ooh! It's like the craziest shit. I'm like, I'm the craziest fucking person on earth. But I that's my break. When I break, I like clap my hands super hard now.
That's wild. I don't break
That's
too
amazing.
much these days. Like, I realized I was going down like a bad path of like getting angry and expecting more of them than they were like actually capable of doing. Like, I expect a 4-year-old to like be able to like comply, but like that's just stupid. You shouldn't expect that. And like I needed to like because I was like I gotta discipline. Like this kid just can't just run fucking wild and rampant. Like, and we were pretty lax. I don't know. I can ramble about this for quite some while, but like when I get frustrated, I yell. I just yell. Um, and I don't like make fun, but I'm like, Dad's getting angry now. Like I announce like the state of being.
Like like your good old JR at the WWE ring,
Yeah, I
self-announcing.
and like I have like signaled this. I'm like, Dad's gonna get angry. Like I will do that. Like if they're fucking around in the bathtub, because they still take baths together, and if like they're like, yeah, don't touch me, or like stop kicking me, like you're kicking me, and like they start doing that shit. I'm like, look, I'm gonna get real angry if this keeps up. Like I'll try and walk away if mom's here, but like sometimes mom's not here. Like and if I'm doing that, I'm catching myself. But typically, if I have my mind elsewhere, if I'm frustrated, I'm not doing something else that I want to be doing, or they're like not resent them for being kids and needing me to take care of them, but if I just like want to go play a video game, like I've just been thinking about this build all day or something like that, I'll be like I'll have a shorter temper.
Yeah,
S-
that's it.
s-
I'm not implying like it's guilt free. Like I break on my own time and then I compose myself to do my job, right? But I have that moment where I'm just like,
Oh no, I was like probably a year ago. I was getting a little too frustrated around the kids, and Thea will go into like a wild like rage, and he's done this since he was a little baby, and he'll just like hit and hit and hit. So I would just like put him in his room, and I'll like throw him onto his bed, like I will throw him like 5 feet onto his
toss the
bed.
old pigskin there.
I'll like toss his ass onto his bed, and we do that playing, and we do that like horseplay, so I know it's not hurting him. But like when he does it, I just like enrages him, and I'm like, good, like I am now enraging you, like because you have enraged me for the past hour.
Suffer, child.
Where
Suffer like you make me suffer.
basically, yeah, you're like
Uh-huh.
you just sort of lose it. And
Yeah.
but and in the beginning of that, I would be like I would just be like yelling at him, not like bad things, but like lay down, like stop, stop, stop. But
Yeah.
now I just like sit there. I just put my back against the wall because if I leave the room, he'll just open the door and just like bolt out. So it's like I can't just say like stay in your room. I have to stay in there with him, and I just have to like let him work his shit against me. The one
Yeah.
thing, and I know I've been rambling, is what triggers me the most is when Alicia will come and she'll like take the pressure, or like she'll totally like um undermine like what I've been
Mm,
doing. Not to say
Oh,
mm,
like not to say
oh.
like what she is doing
yeah.
is wrong, but it's like I am so much of like a team guy that like when Alicia is sort of stepping out of bounds, I won't be like I won't like step in and like save them. I'm like, well, this is what happens. Like you lost like but I will like always be on like united front mode with her, but she doesn't do that with me. She goes in like I must protect the kid mode, where I'm like, but from my point of view, I'm like, I'm not gonna beat the kid up. Like if I wanted to beat the kid up, I would have beat
Flash
him up a long time ago. Like,
flash
like
flash over to Jesse. Jesse's like got his katana in his hand and like,
I'm
they're
like
cowering in
sharpening
the
it.
corner. You're like, Alicia's totally overreacting
No,
here. I'm like,
what I'm what I'm doing is sitting in his room, like getting beaten up by him, just like taking it.
uh
And like
yeah,
he is getting so worked up, and she like wants to come in and save him from his emotional state. I'm like, no, he has got to work himself down. Like mom can't always come save him.
yeah.
So that's what pisses me off the most is when she comes and like steps into the middle of like dad teaching his boy how to be a
A
productive member
man.
of society.
A man.
Well, because like yeah, like for sure. Like I'm not trying to raise I'm trying to raise a person who can self-regulate, and
Yes, yes.
like that's
I was just
he'll
saying it
never get into it.
like the drunk Southern dad
Yeah,
would
no,
say,
yeah,
not
I'm
the
not like
supportive modern father would say.
I know what you're saying, and like I was worse probably a year ago with that, but now I like kind of chilled out a lot about it. Sorry, I talked a lot, but that's what triggers me the most.
Oh, hey.
I mean,
No wrong answer.
Liam is much older and is better now at in controlling his emotions and stuff. But we would have like full on conversations with him. Like if he was like really fucking acting up or like losing his shit, like we would try and just like try to talk him through it as best we could because there's a lot of like my go-to like immediate response is like, well, if you're mad I can be madder, and like it took me a bit to get out of that. And it found like a lot more results just being like, okay, like I understand you're frustrated and that's okay. Like it's okay to be angry and frustrated and pissed off. Like I get it. But like let's like talk about this. Like let's talk about like how you're feeling and why you're feeling this way. And like it sounds really like stupid and like sounds like such gentle parroting bullshit, but it works fucking wonders. And it made a very big difference in his ability to regulate his own emotions.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, I've been sort of going that direction more and more. There are times when Theo himself is just like he just won't talk. He'll just like revert to like baby like lizard talk. So like there's no talking him out of it. He just has to get himself out of it.
Yeah,
But
there were
I have
times where he would like go up into his bed and he'd be like screaming like fucking bloody murder, and like we just like let him in his room just to fucking scream it out, and he would come out like 10-15 minutes later and be like, I'm ready to talk now.
yeah. I've like noticed how to keep him out of that better. And I don't know, like parenthood is just like a continuous process. And like I don't know.
Oh,
It's easy.
Shep, you ever broken?
Jeff's broken now.
I walk around broken.
It's impressive. That's actually a skill. I've sent mine out.
No, I'm like Jesse too. I just get like angry.
Okay.
I yell. Probably like a typical dad, I'd say. Probably most people do that, right? At least my
Yeah,
dad did when
70s
he
dad.
was.
Yeah.
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 My dad used to do that too when he was. My dad was walked around sleep deprived all the time. He worked, overnights, and he'd yell at us, and I'd probably do the same thing because of that. But like, Jackie's good at like trying to get me down. She's like, "Yeah, relax, dude." But Jackie did the same thing where she like undermine me, and I'm like, "Dude, do not fucking undermine me." So and then I give her a knuckle sandwich in front of the kids.
I love
Smart.
that you fucking use knuckle sandwich because it's so appropriate. It's
Oh,
so
watching the
fucking
ball game.
appropriate.
The
Yeah.
dumbest
Babe.
delivery. I'm watching the ball game.
Hey,
No,
we're
I
watching
mean,
the ball game over here.
but no, I mean, like, I either like will just like want to be alone, or like I just can't like function in the family where I'm like I can't speak, I don't want to speak, or I'm just a piece of shit and I just yell and I feel
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's like not really much middleman there.
Yeah. Yeah, the getting short. That's hard. That's really hard to navigate. That's been the hardest for me, is being short when I'm tired.
Yeah,
Where I'm just like, dude, shut up.
yeah.
I just
And then
wanna
you're like,
stop.
oh, I'm just a shitty parent.
Yeah. You just and then, yeah. Oh, maybe that was when I wanted to die.
There
And
you
it
go.
all
Yeah,
came back. There you go.
there you go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
You circle
I'm a
back. You
shitty parent. I'm
circle back to the shitty parent and then wanting to die. So that was interesting.
traumatizing my kid, and then I'm like, I'm doing my best out here. My best not good enough. There you go. That's a good one.
And then you just pass away. That's it.
And you
right?
just and you're like, I get it. I get why men let go earlier than women at this point.
I'll say.
Jesus.
I have to say
Just
that
science.
I have to call it here for me, boys. I have work in the morning.
Oh
Oh
man.
shit, really?
All right.
Yeah,
Well.
I have Sunday, Mondays off now.
Yeah,
All right. Well.
I left Sabrina and Liam to babysit Ryan, so I should probably get back to that also.
All right.
We could
Why
pick
don't
up the rest of the topics on our next one.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think
do
it's fun. Or don't let me stop you guys. You guys keep going whatever you want. But
We didn't do
Pat, why don't you play? Helldivers anymore?
I mean, it seemed like a one-trick pony and kind of lame.
it was a
was
one
so
pony,
good.
but it was fun.
Such a good pony. Such a good trick.
I mean, the laughs were like the laughs and stuff were like how not seriously it took itself was like funny, but like the shtick is not gonna be funny every time.
Such a good pony, such a good trick.
That's my review of Helldivers.
That's a good review.
Well, I guess we'll call
Listen.
it there. I'm gonna end the recording. Jep, Pat, get back to your lives.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to end this, so I'll just say thanks to no one for
Peace.
listening.
Yep.
And how do I end the recording? This is it. See y'all later.